What's happening, y'all? I feel like we've been loitering in hell for quite a while now, crashing on Satan's couch for long enough that we may need to start paying rent. Or at least take him out for a burrito. I mean, who the hell's gonna say no to a free burrito? In these next 80-ish lines from 622 to 704, we encounter the institutionalization of evil, moving from the military rally to industrial colonization. By detailing the construction of Pandemonium, a Miltonic Greek coinage, literally all demons, pan, all, daimon, or place of all demons, if you prefer, through mind gold and symmetric artifice. Milton establishes the demonic philosophy that through intellect, labor, and technology, they can create a counterfeit heaven within the abyss. This section reinforces the tragic irony of the satanic style. It is a masterpiece of magnificence that remains, at its core, a dungeon of its own making. The section begins with Satan's speech to his matchless peers. He uses brilliant, if fallacious, rhetoric to characterize their defeat as a mere setback and their future as a claim of right. He argues that they will succeed through fraud or guile, where they failed through force. This characterizes Satan as a political strategist, reframing their exile as an opportunity to found a new empire based on the free choice of the fallen. The lines culminate in the architectural marvel of Pandemonium, built with incredible speed, outdoing the wonders of the world like the pyramids or Babel. The palace rises like an exhalation to the sound of dulcet symphonies. This characterizes the demons as masters of artifice and aesthetics. The building is built like a temple, a mocking imitation of heaven's architecture, showing that their new civilization is a deliberate, hollow parody of the one they lost. All right, let's jump back into it together. Satan begins by saying, "O myriads of immortal spirits, O powers matchless, but with the Almighty, and that strife was not inglorious, though the event was dire, as this place testifies, and this dire change hateful to utter. But what power of mind foreseeing or presaging from the depth of knowledge past or present could have feared how such united force of gods, how such as stood like these could ever know repulse? For who can yet believe, though after loss, that all these puissant legions, whose exile hath emptied heaven, shall fail to reascend, self-raised, and repossess their native seat? For me be witness all the host of heaven, if counsels different, or danger shunned by me, have lost our hopes. But he who reigns monarch in heaven, till then as one secure sat on his throne, upheld by old repute, consent, or custom, and his regal state put forth at full, but still his strength concealed, which tempted our attempt and wrought our fall. Henceforth his might we know, and know our own, so as not either to provoke or dread new war provoked. Our better part remains to work in close design, by fraud or guile, what force effected not, that he no less at length from us may find, who overcomes by force hath overcome but half his foe. Space may produce new worlds, whereof so rife there went a fame in heaven that he ere long intended to create, and therein plant a generation, whom his choice regard should favor equal to the sons of heaven. Thither, if but to pry, shall be perhaps our first eruption, thither or elsewhere, for this infernal pit shall never hold celestial spirits in bondage, nor the abyss long under darkness cover. But these thoughts full counsel must mature. Peace is despaired, for who can think submission? War, then, war open or understood must be resolved." He spake, and to confirm his words, out flew millions of flaming swords, drawn from the thighs of mighty cherubim. The sudden blaze far round illumined hell, highly they raged against the highest, and fierce with grasped arms clashed on their sounding shields the din of war, hurling defiance toward the vault of heaven. There stood a hill not far whose grisly top belched fire and rolling smoke. The rest entire shone with a glossy scurf, undoubted sign that in his womb was hid metallic ore, the work of sulphur. Thither, winged with speed, a numerous brigade hastened, as when bands of pioneers with spade and pickaxe armed forerun the royal camp to trench a field or cast a rampart. Mammon led them on, Mammon, the least erected spirit that fell from heaven, for even in heaven his looks and thoughts were always downward bent, admiring more the riches of heaven's pavement, trodden gold, than aught divine or holy else enjoyed in vision beatific. By him first men also, and by his suggestion taught, ransacked the center, and with impious hands rifled the bowels of their mother earth for treasures better hid. Soon had his crew opened into the hill a spacious wound, and digged out ribs of gold. Let none admire that riches grow in hell, that soil may best deserve the precious bane. And here let those who boast in mortal things, and wondering tell of Babel and the works of Memphian kings, learn how their greatest monuments of fame and strength and art are easily outdone by spirits reprobate, and in an hour what in an age they with incessant toil and hands innumerable scarce perform. Nigh on the plain in many cells prepared, that underneath had veins of liquid fire sluiced from the lake, a second multitude with wondrous art found out the massy ore, severing each kind, and scummed the bullion dross. Whoa. That's all for today. Until next time, ciao.